Here's why breathing less actually helps you swim faster. Let me give you my swim doctor tips. All right, let's take the Olympics, for example, the gold standard of swimming. Now, if you watch really closely, how many times have you seen them breathe? They breathe only when they absolutely need to. So when I'm watching the general public swim, I see a lot of the times people would take a breath every other stroke. Now, you would think, swim doctor, my face is in the water. I can't breathe in the water. How do you expect me to breathe? Don't. Just kidding. So normally when I'm swimming, I take a breath every 3 strokes. One, because it's a long enough time for me to not breathe and not feel like I'm drowning. It gives you enough time to do breath control and hold your breath, and also get enough air in your system so you can, keep with your activity. Reason number 2, when you're swimming, you want to try to breathe on both sides. You want to get both sides even. It's like any other workout that you do. You want to do everything on equal sides so that one side isn't overdeveloped and one side isn't underdeveloped. Okay, so generally when you're taking a breath off of one side, you're just developing certain part of your muscles for that specific breath. You're holding it out longer, you're stretching your arm, you're getting that nice stretch when you're doing it. There's little micro muscle details that go on with breathing, so you want to be able to strengthen those on both sides of your body. With any workout, everything needs to just be even. Okay? Take my word for it. I'm a doctor. Not really. Just play one on TV. If this is helping you in any way, shape, or form, feel free to swim over to the like button and hit that. Most of you aren't subscribed that are watching these, so watching you. Okay? So now let's take, if you're trying to get your best time, if you're trying to race, anything like that, like what I was saying in the beginning, the Olympics, okay, gold standard of swimming. Now, if you take a look at how many times they breathe when they do their strokes, like butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle, they're all trying to take as little breaths as possible. Generally, when you breathe, it's just a tiny bit longer of a pause. You don't want to be taking lots of pauses when you're trying to get your best time, if you're trying to win a race, anything like that. So what you want to do is you want to try to keep your head in the water. You want to try to swim as fast and as far as you can without breathing. But you got to be careful with this, because I don't think that I'm trying to tell you just don't breathe the entire time. I want you to breathe, okay? We're trying to breathe. We're just taking a little bit less of breaths. That's generally why I say breathe every 3 strokes. But when you're racing, you really want to try to go as long as possible, and then breathe when only necessary, which is it's really all up to you and your comfortability. Not sure if that's a word, but it's all just up to how comfortable you are with not breathing for long periods of time while you're swimming. So how do we train for this? Well, what you want to do is you want to try to swim as far as you can without breathing. Don't go until you almost pass out. You want to go until you start feeling like you need to take a breath. Be safe about it, okay? Be safe about this. Then you take a breath. How many strokes did you do? I don't know. That's a different answer for everybody. For example, I'll take 5 or 6 strokes before I take a breath if I'm racing or trying to get my best time. That's just for me. You need to figure that out for you. Just do some tests with it. How I did it was I would just swim for a long period of time without breathing. I would go until I feel maybe like 50 or 75% exhausted with that, and then take a breath. And then that's kind of how you do that. Anyways, that's my tips for how to swim faster. Any other questions you might have, feel free to leave it in the comments.